When the players eventually return back to the courtyard with the fountain, which was room 13, they're going to discover a creature drinking from the fountain. This creature is a medium-sized spider-looking thing that has a very human-looking face, or rather a kind of porcelain doll-looking face. It's immediately going to get startled by the player's presence, and it's going to run off, and it's going to run to the pathway that's being flanked on both sides by the 100-foot-tall skeletal statues holding up the thick webbing, and it's going to run up the webbing effortlessly and disappear to the other side. This creature is a non-combatant, a civilian, so to say, so there's no real reason to stat them at this point. If the players have Hubert Cumberdale with them, they have luck. They have the ability to scale these webs as well. Unless they always had the ability to fly, or they have somehow come about the ability to cast the fly spell, these webs were completely obstructing this path before. Just touching the web without any special effect on you is going to make you stick to it without getting any kind of saving throw, and you're going to become restrained, and you can't even shake yourself loose from it. Only a friend can pull you off with an athletics check of 25. So dying purely out of exposure, like hanging from a cross, is a very realistic way of dying in this place. With Hubert Cumberdale being there, you can, however, scale these webs. He can bestow the freedom of movement ability onto you for 1 minute at a time by giving you a slimy hug. Around this point, it's good to point out that Hubert Cumberdale is pretty much a crucial NPC, and kind of the advancement in this dungeon is going to be halted severely if he is not brought along, unless you do have abilities to fly. And Hubert Cumberdale is also a character that the Dungeon Master can kind of gauge the kind of tone of the game with. You can play him as a kind of a silly source of laughs, or you can be as serious as you want to be with him, but it's sometimes a good thing when the tone of the setting is so grim dark and just full of death and misery all around to have some levity. But if players feel that his levity is something that kind of breaks the immersion or the tone of the setting, you can have him as serious-minded as you wish. However, if he gives these hugs, the players are going to be able to scale these webs, and when they do, they are going to have to make a climb check, because falling from 100 feet up the air is going to be rough business, even if you do have a slimy kind of surface, a glaze of snail-like slime on you. Once you reach the other side, there is going to be an archway that's 20 foot wide, and it has all sorts of bone sculptures on it, very reminiscent of the Merovingians from before. On the other side of this archway is a large area with a scene going on, so the players can easily hide behind the sculptures and the archway to spy on what's to come ahead.